Rivers today may seem ordinary environments until you realize that for millions of years, they were dominated by predators that turned any shoreline into a high-risk zone. Pudosaurus brasiliensis was exactly that kind of animal. Pudosaurus belongs to the caimanine group, like the black caiman, but its closest living relatives today are modern caimans, more than any other crocodilian. And its size completely changes the perspective. More conservative estimates place this animal between 8 and 10 meters in length, with masses ranging from about 3.5 to 5 metric tons, while older studies suggest values exceeding 12 meters and more than 8 metric tons. For direct comparison, the largest living crocodilian, such as the saltwater crocodile, rarely exceeds 6 to 7 meters in around 1 metric ton. Pudosaurus operated on a completely different scale. And there's an important detail. This size does not come from a complete skeleton. What we mostly have are massive skulls and jaws, which are used as the basis for reconstructing the rest of the body. This leads to variation in estimates depending on the method used. But regardless of the exact numbers, the animal's morphology already makes its role clear. This was not a pursuit predator. It was a predator that used its environment to its advantage. And that leads directly to its most important feature.
If the body is impressive, the bite defines the true level of this animal. There's a very popular idea that Purosaurus had a stronger bite than T-Rex. That can be true in some scenarios, but it's not a definitive conclusion. Higher estimates reach around 69,000 newtons, while more conservative analyses place it between 38,000 and 52,000. In practice, this puts the animal among the highest bite forces ever estimated for predators. But the most important factor isn't the number, it's the skull structure. Short, wide, and extremely robust. Exactly the pattern associated with large, resistant prey. And the environment reinforces this. In the Miocene Amazon, there were prey species that truly justified that level of force. The giant turtle Stupendomys souza, with a shell over 3 meters long. Giant rodents like Phobirmus patterson, which could exceed hundreds of kilograms. And large terrestrial mammals, such as giant ground sloths from the Mylodon group, with masses easily surpassing half a metric ton. This environment does not favor pursuit, it favors efficiency. Its behavior follows the classic crocodilian pattern, but on a larger scale. Motionless body, murky water, short distance. When the attack happens, it is fast and direct. And that explains why this animal occupied such a dominant position in its ecosystem.
When talking about prehistoric giants, an inevitable question comes up. Was Pudosaurus brasiliensis the largest crocodilian that ever lived? The answer depends on the criteria, but here we can be direct. If we use the most common criterion, which is body mass, Pudosaurus brasiliensis currently holds the highest weight estimates among all known crocodilians, making it the strongest candidate for the largest of all. And this becomes clearer when we compare it to other giants. Other contenders include Sarcosuchus imperator, which once had higher estimates but has been revised downward in more recent analyses, and Deinosuchus, which may reach similar lengths but still has highly uncertain mass estimates. In terms of length, they are comparable, but when weight is considered, which is the most widely used criterion, Pudosaurus has the advantage in most modern estimates. So today, the most accurate way to put it is likely the largest crocodilian that ever existed, and the leading candidate within the current scientific consensus. And that completely changes how we interpret this animal. It wasn't just large, it was highly specialized, a predator shaped for an environment where water was not a refuge, but the most dangerous point in the entire landscape. Now the question is, do you think an animal at this level would actually surpass T-Rex in strength? Or does that depend on the scenario? Drop your thoughts in the comments.
And if you enjoy this kind of content, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and stay up to date.